Hello, I'm Naveen Sridhar. I'm an author in fiction and non-fiction, and I'll be introducing you to three of my books. The first is called Candlelight in a Storm. It's about women in Germany during the war and after the war, during the Cold War times. It's called Born to be a Berliner. It's about Berlin was always on world stage. That's a time when the wall came up, and also Kennedy came to Berlin and said, I'm a Berliner. You must remember that after the war, the Germans were left to themselves, the women, because men were all absent, either they perished at the front or they were prisoners of war. So women had to take charge of everything, and they did so without any guidance. And I brought all these stories together with the family of a true story of a family of a mom, her husband lost at the front, a mom with a son and a daughter fleeing from Berlin when it was getting bombarded, and then to East Germany and back again from the communist regime, so to say, refugees in their own country. The next book is about the very first person in recorded history who was the very first literary person. And it was a poet. I came across this person while doing some research, and it is a lady, the priestess and the princess of the Sumerian times. So that's about 5,000 years before now. In her poems, she has written that she is the author, and she has given quite a lot of account about her own life, what happened in her life, the milestones. So I just had to connect the dots and fill in the gaps, and I could write a story about her. It's called Starlight in the Dawn. That is the dawn of civilization, and it gives you an insight into the most ancient of all cultures, the Sumerian culture and their belief. The third book is now about 1,000 years later. That's to say, now we are in 1300 BC, the time of Ramses II, and it's about his wife Nefertari. The book is called A Hittite and a Shaman at Queen Nefertari's service. So this book is about a peace treaty which came into being between two great powers, the Egyptian kingdom and the Hittite kingdom, which was in today's Turkey. And it's about the queen who was known for her highly educated way of life. She knew quite a few languages and was corresponding with all kinds of dignitaries in the neighboring countries. So my story is about how she worked for peace and managed to stop a war between the two countries. They were belligerent, they were always in a Cold War state, and how they finally made this peace treaty, which is real. The original is in the headquarters, is displayed in the headquarters of the United Nations in New York. In all these three books, the, the, the takeaway is, for one, we think history is always his story because women are indeed underrepresented. It has to be also her story, and that's what I try to tell. Secondly, I have found out that women, under adverse circumstances, can really react very efficiently with their own resolve, resourcefulness, and resilience. You'll find all these books at Amazon. And if you'd like to, if you have any questions, you can write to me. I'll be most glad to reply. My address is Naveen Sridhar, that's my name, my first name, my second name, and .de at the end. That's for Germany. Thank you very much for your attention.